This is a radio station of the SDC radio networks. The music of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Thanks for listening.
Hey, this is your host, Kenny Smith. And, you know something? We're going to talk a little bit about George Hale in the Rick Tyler Rewind show on WVOM. And it's the voice of Maine. And it's a story about their governor, Paul LePage. So anyway, with their courtesy, if you haven't heard this, I'm going to play a little bit out of it, out of the computer. It's kind of a little live, but check this out.
As Tuesday allows and as schedule allows, we have the privilege of speaking with Maine Governor Paul LePage in the Blaine House. And he's on line one. Good morning, Governor. Welcome back to the George Hill Rick Tyler Show.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
Good morning, Governor.
Morning, George.
It's been a pretty wild 96 hours, Governor.
Yeah,
and can you just what happened?
It's very simple. Every day we work to try to keep people alive. We try to, and I've asked the legislature to come in and help me get the people off the wait list. I've asked them to give us the tools we need to fight this horrific epidemic in Maine. And then when I was called a racist, I just lost it. And it's no excuse. It's unacceptable. It is totally my fault. And my family is getting the brunt of it right now. Lauren and my wife are getting these horrible emails and these horrible pornographic, just vile pictures and emails, and I just apologize to the Maine people, to Gattine's family, and most of all to my family, and we will take action. This morning as I go to Washington County, I'm going to be out today. They're going to call Drew Gattine and ask him to come in and meet with me in the morning. That's the first step. And then it was just totally unnecessary. I just can't let it get to me. This summer has been a rough summer because I've lost so much sleep over people dying every day, and it's just when people call you a racist and you're trying to figure out a way to stop these deaths, it just got to me. It just got to me, and I make no excuses. It's my personal fault.
Governor, I've followed the story from the very moment it started, and I'll ask you something which I offer as a respectful question, and that's how we operate here. As I saw it unveiling, I knew what was going to happen. It was just, my news sense was, and I had the thought in my mind, at any point, wasn't there maybe a little voice in the back of your head that said, this may not be a good idea?
George, in all fairness, this is the one time in my entire life, and I've been through a lot of things, but this is the first time in my life I couldn't breathe. I was so angry. I literally couldn't breathe. It's one of those things that with everything I've done in my life, and I am, deep down in my heart, I know I'm not a racist, and I've done a lot of good things, and it just absolutely got to me with everything we have done. I am a lot of different things, and I have faults like everybody else. But a racist is it's like a word that I just can't explain it. It's like calling a black man the N-word or a woman the C-word. It's just absolutely knocked me off my feet. And I made no apologies for it. It was really totally unnecessary, and I need to do something about it. And we're considering a whole lot of different options right now.
We know that legislative leadership, GOP legislative leadership, met with you yesterday. What can you tell us about the meeting with Mike Thibodeau and Ken Fredette, sir?
Well, they're very, I think, I'd say the gist of the meeting is the Republican House wants to salvage what we can and move forward. I think the Senate is making demands that there's some, I could do a lot of it, but some of it I just can't do. And at least at this point, I've talked to my family, and there are limits on what a person can do and will do, and so we're looking into those options.
Representative Gattine, the Democratic legislator from Westbrook, who got the voicemail, he has said that he was afraid, and et cetera, that for his family. When you meet with him, what kind of a meeting do you think this is going to produce? He's called for your resignation, that type of thing.
I don't know. I don't know the man. I've never met the man. I don't know why he called me a racist. I'm willing to meet with him. I don't know why he fears for his family, because of all the things I'd ever do in my life. I wouldn't waste the possibility of being incarcerated over a Democratic legislator that I never met. I use a metaphor of the 1820s when duels were common practice, and he's scared of that, and I don't blame him. Maybe I don't know him, so I don't know. But I do know that it was inappropriate on my part, and I will call to see if we can meet.
Maine Governor Paul LePage talking with us here on the George Hildreth Tyler Show. Governor, you've made reference to this so far in our conversation. How do you move forward from this? Can you move forward from this? And how do you move Maine forward from this?
Well, all you can do, Rick, is you recognize what you did, you ask for forgiveness, and you explain why you did what you did, which is not very pretty. I lost my temper. I think I've done a lot of good for Maine. I think I can continue to do a lot of good for Maine. I mean, I was pretty down when I asked with the big surplus, and I was looking forward to having the House and Senate come in and get rid of the waiting list, which we had gotten rid of in our budget. They elected to reinstate it, and now we have the money to pay it, and I just was shocked that they just refused to do anything. I think that the people that are refusing to work with me are also the same people that are termed out. I look forward to, towards the end of the session, I've met with Sarah Gideon on a number of occasions, and there's a lot of common things we can do. For instance, they understand what my problem is with solar energy. It's not the energy, it's not the technology, it's the above-market contracts. I think she understands that. I think that there's opportunities to move forward. I know that Ken Fredette, and I expect he will be the Speaker of the House. I think we've worked now 4 years, and we understand each other much better. So I think there's a lot of opportunity. Many people, it's like anything else. I have never met a person who's been perfect and not made a mistake. And hopefully the people of Maine will say, okay, we'll forgive you this time, and you clean up your act, and let's move forward.
This is a radio station of the SDC Radio Networks. The music of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Thanks for listening.
Well, I want to thank WVOM, George Hale and Rick Tyler and their Rewind show. And this is a courtesy. But everybody wanted to know what the hoopla, what was all about. But you heard it basically from the governor himself. Now, like I said, the message got lost a long time ago, and the message continues to still get lost. The issue was about drug dealers coming from the cities, preferably, I guess, the governor was talking about Philadelphia, and basically New York City too, but we never mentioned that. Our story appeared approximately 2012 in one of our other blogs that no longer exist, but we were talking about the same subject. This is an old story that we broke back in 2012, and we didn't break it. It was an NPR thing, and it kind of just like was floating around. You know how news stories just kind of like in the house gossip, but somebody actually wrote a little piece about it, and IFS, Internet Federation of Syndicated News Writers, we did comment on this story in Maine back in 2012. And we just want to set the record straight. But it's amazing that what the fight is about is what he left on a tape. And how can a person that you don't know be scared of you? You know what I mean? It's like, wow. He's fearing for his life, this senator, whoever this guy is, from the Maine district. But, I guess he would be scared for life if you were the governor and you got everybody under your thumb. Only thing you have to do is just go, stop that man, and make up any reason you want. And that's how it works, By the way, that line was from the House of Rothschilds, by the way. But anyway, I'm happy that the governor has decided maybe he should not step down. And personally, I don't think he should step down. But anyway, that's just me. Anyway, a little music for today, huh? I guess before we get out of here, why not? I don't mind. And here's one of my favorites. If you ain't heard it in a while, you should. It's called Read Your Mind.
And tell me, do you like what you see when you're looking in the mirror? Are you everything you wanted to be? Seems like my life began when I got away from you. You had me feeling so confused, there was nothing left to lose. You tried so hard to push me down, I didn't think I'd make it back. But now I've learned to stand my ground, don't underestimate the fact that I can read your mind, all the things that you think you hide. You can pretend, but don't waste my time. I've seen through you, even though you think I'm blind. Yeah, I can read between the lines on the walls that you hide behind. But you forget that I can read your mind. Now read my lips, I don't need you in my life. Sincerity doesn't suit you well. What the hell are you trying to prove? I can't believe in some other lifetime I listened to you. You think I don't know that you come to me now just to ease your conscience? But things ain't like they were before. You can't hurt me anymore. You'll try to prove you give a damn, but your smile won't reach your eyes. How stupid do you think I am? I see the truth behind your lies. 'Cause I can read your mind, all the things that you think you hide. You can pretend, but don't waste my time. I've seen through you, even though you think I'm blind. Yeah, I can read between the lines on the walls that you hide behind. But you forget that I can read your mind. Now read my lips, I don't need you in my life. Believe me, I've tried not to hate you for what you put me through. I know that I deserve better, but I gained a lot from you. I've been thinking it over and over and over. Now I realize the truth. It was never about me, oh no, it was all about you. You tried so hard to push me down, I didn't think I'd make it back. But now I've learned to stand my ground, and I won't pick up your slack. You tried so hard.
This is a radio station of the SDC radio networks. The music of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Thanks for listening.
Again, your host, Kenny Smith. Smith Bent's Rant and Rave. And I am a very happy person today. My two daughters actually got together after like 30 years. Isn't that amazing? I am proud of both of those young ladies. I love them so. And all my daughters, including Miss Sarah too, and our grandson, Danny Jr. Anyway, thank you.